Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's edition of La Subsol with my first guest on this podcast, Efi. Hi, Efi. Thank you for accepting my invite and glad have you here on today's podcast episode.
Well, thank you for inviting me, Laura. It's really a pleasure to do something like this with you. And I mean, the topic that we're having today is just like really exciting and really relevant. So I'm just like really excited to be here and just to be able to do this.
Yes, I was really thinking of you when I was choosing this topic because you were the first person who popped into my mind when wanted to discuss Eurovision and especially the Eurovision Song Contest. We're super excited and very pumped, especially because it's taking place in Rotterdam.
Definitely.
Because for everyone who doesn't know, we're both students or Ify, former student in the Netherlands.
Yeah, I'm a bit older.
The Netherlands won with Arcade by Duncan Lawrence. That was just a feeling. And we were
Who
super
actually like wrote his winning song in Tilburg, which is the place that we actually both studied mostly.
exactly. That was so excited. Like you told me that he was from Tilburg or like he studied in Tilburg
Well,
and wrote the song.
he's not from Tilburg. He's from like a place close by, but he studied at the Rock Academy, and this is where he wrote the song. So it's just like super nice. It's still a pretty exciting thing that it's actually happening, given the fact that like all the restrictions are not completely lifted, but we still have the opportunity to enjoy such an event, even though without like the way that it used to be in the past.
I totally agree. So I've never been to an Eurovision Song Contest live. I've never been to a semifinal or final, even when it was held back in Germany. It was 2011, right?
I
When
think it was, yeah, it was
2000
2011 because like it was like 2010 when Lena won with
exactly.
like Satellite.
Yeah, so it was 2011 when it was held in Düsseldorf. Still back then I was pretty young and we didn't get tickets. But I was watching Eurovision Song Contest since I was little.
It's just like those events are like a time for celebration and time to bring like everybody close to just forget other things and just have fun, enjoy like the atmosphere, enjoy what's happening. And it's just like such a big thing, especially here like in Europe. It's just like you cannot miss it. It's impossible
Absolutely.
to miss it.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. I think it's also an event where you definitely, yes, you can forget about everything bad and just feel united. The peace, the love, the harmony. And one thing that connects us all is this love for music.
We can talk about Eurovision and what it means to us for like a really long time if anybody lets us. But maybe we should go back to like the first event that's going to happen, the first semifinal of this year's Eurovision Song Contest.
We're going to start discussing the first semifinal now. We're going to go through all the 16 participants of the first semifinal, which are going to be Lithuania, Slovenia, Russia, Sweden, Australia, North Macedonia, Ireland, Cyprus, Norway, Croatia, Belgium, Israel, Romania, Azerbaijan, Ukraine, and Malta. So my first question to you, Efi, what's your first impression?
I don't know, just like I listened to all of those songs, and I think it's going to be a really tough semifinal because there are like two like really good songs, but to be honest, like the one that stuck mostly in my mind, like from this semifinal, would be Malta's entry this year.
Yes.
Like Destiny with
Yeah.
Je me casse. It's like such a great song, such an upbeat like song, and with a really like strong message about like being like independent and just like enjoying yourself and just like not having to focus on anybody else and whatnot. And I think that like the Netherlands is the country to go if you want to speak about like being like free to express yourself and just like open up to new ideas and cultures and different stuff. I don't know, it's just like a really interesting like year, like for
Yes.
Eurovision, like a really
Yeah.
interesting one.
I totally agree with the point that the Netherlands is super open and super open-minded. Like That's how I also experienced it as a student. Yes.
Totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. Like there's something like completely different like about them. Like there's just like they just don't mind.
Yeah.
It's just like they're doing their own thing. They let you do your own thing and just everything like flows. It's like really nice to just like experience something like this. I mean, of course, like especially with the pandemic and when you have like in the beginning, it's a bit difficult to like integrate, but I think that like the Netherlands is like one of the few countries that it's the easiest to integrate like within through time.
Indeed. I think that's what the Eurovision Song Contest raised some awareness of societal issues. I think that's what we also saw with the song Toy by
By
Netta.
Netta,
Yes.
yes.
So it was right the time when we had the Me Too debate. And I think that it brought a lot of awareness to it. And that's why people actually really loved it, because I think what it takes for a good winner song is also to have the right message, the right message that catches the people.
I completely agree with you. And I think that this year we have like a lot of songs that really try to like bring forward like a message, like different reasons, different meanings, different like messages. But like I think we have like a lot of songs with like strong messages. Like for example, like France's entry Voila, which is about like female empowerment.
Yeah.
And or like Israel's song, which is called like Set Me Free. There's like a lot of different songs like that have the potential to just like rise to the top and have like strong minutes meanings. And I think they really vibe with the motto of this year's Eurovision Open Up, because it's time to listen to all those strong messages. It's not like Eurovision, it's not only about like making like popular songs and glitter and having fun, but it's also like a time to just like come together and see that there's more out there. Like we need to pay attention to like issues. We cannot just simply have fun.
Absolutely. And it's up to each delegation to decide how they want to interpret the motto. I saw that one of the presenters is actually Nikki de Jager. She's a very famous and very influential YouTuber, on a makeup artist and beauty vlogger, for the ones who don't know.
Makes sense that Nikki is part of the team that is hosting it. Like for those who didn't realize about which YouTuber we're talking about, it's Nikki Tutorials, which
Yes,
is
exactly.
super famous. So it's just like super nice that we have those things like happening, and we have people like her joining and just like spreading her own message in a way.
Okay, that will probably be a topic for another podcast. Netflix production of the Eurovision Song Contest.
Okay, maybe it wasn't the best one, like the movie, but the song rocked it. And
Yeah.
it truly deserved the Oscar. I'm still mad that it didn't get the Oscar.
Yeah, but I mean, like a movie does not transcribe like properly how a Eurovision contest, like each one of them is, you know what I mean? Like each Eurovision Song Contest, it's the hype, the vibe, the people at home cheering. And I don't know whether a movie.
It's different every
It's
year.
different.
It's different every year, like depending on which country like hosts it, depending on the messages that each song's trying to like push forward. It's different. And I mean, the movie was nice. You had like a lot of like stars like participating and people like from previous Eurovisions. It's not the same with the actual contest.
Yeah, I also know, because here in Germany, for example, last year Germany had like popping up with, oh, I think even a lot of countries had like different versions of their own Eurovision.
Yeah, that's true.
And I was watching, I was feeling like that's not the same. It's not the same, it just really doesn't feel the same to have like this something like trying to be Eurovision and being Eurovision.
Yeah, that's true. But let's give it up for like the Dutchies for actually owning up and just trying to really host an actual like Eurovision contest despite the pandemic, despite all the difficulties, and just like letting us enjoy a proper Eurovision. even from the comfort of our own home. I mean, most of the years we watched it from home. It's not that different.
Exactly. I will give it a round of applause.
Maybe we should start like with listing the songs.
Sure. Okay.